This season of the Canadian Experience has led us across Canada's gorgeous and vast landscape. In this episode, we'll visit Manitoba, Saskatchewan, as well as Ontario's Sunset Country and Superior Country, each with their unique hunting and fishing opportunities. The best of Canada.
Well, today we're on an amazing adventure. I've been looking forward to coming here for years and years and years. We're at Tasman Lake Lodge, and the reason for the big draw is giant lakers. I'm here with Brett Amundsen, and he hasn't had to wait quite as long as me. This guy has a lot of experience. He comes here year after year to fish this body of water.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I've been coming up for about 8-9 years now, and once I came the first time, I had to come back. I mean, it's beautiful. There's big fish. The people here are great. What's not to love about it?
Oh man, that's right. It's just, you get up here, this scenery is absolutely like nothing I've ever seen before up here.
You know, you think of Saskatchewan, a lot of people think of the southern prairies, but when you come up to northern Saskatchewan, it's a lot of lakes. And when you get right up by the territories here, you get these big, high, rocky hillsides and the trees, and of course, all those big fish in between them.
Yeah. Well, my knees are already shaking, and I haven't caught one, so let's get after it, huh? All right, buddy.
Tasman Lake is on the Alberta Northwest Territories border, you know, the very northwest corner of Saskatchewan. We're just above Lake Athabasca. For me, how I found out about it was back in 2005. They almost caught a world record here, and that's how I first heard about it. You know, it was on the radar at that time, and it didn't run for many years, and then Trevor and his partners bought it in 2011 and put it up for sale in 2018, and that's when I started talking to Trevor, and we became partners. Basically, we have everything here that they need for a fishing trip. You know, all the equipment, fully guided, full American plan. Get off the plane, you come the evening before, you have dinner, get acquainted with your guide, get into your cabins, and get ready for pretty much 5 full days of fishing.
Tasman Lake is world class for lake trout and for northern pike, but especially the lake trout. You know, it's a big, deep basin, big water body, big island in the middle. It helps protect it from the wind, but then also on top of it, you know, with the depths and the major rivers coming in, we have a huge lake trout population and a lot of big ones. You know, it's the only lake in Canada, or in Saskatchewan, that's never been commercially netted. And that really makes a big difference on the numbers of fish as well as the size of the fish. So a big fish in Tasman Lake is typically, you know, we start out 40-incher to us as a trophy-sized lake trout. Even the smaller ones fight like, you know, like mad little devils, but we have the potential to, you know, that world class once again where, you know, some of the fish we catch, not only a good length of high 40s and into the low 50s, but also really big girths, and that makes a huge difference on the weight size, you know. Back in 19, we had another great big one like that with, you know, 47 inches with a 35-inch girth or something, you know. So there's a lot of potential in this water because of the girths and the food base to have, you know, to catch a lake trout that will smash the world record. On Tasman Lake, I believe our lake trout are quite old. You know, we're higher elevation than most of the other lakes around. As you can see when you fly in, you come across Lake Athabasca, and you know, we sit about 550 feet elevation higher. You come over that big ridge and come down onto the lake. And because of that, I believe our growing season is a little bit different, a little bit, you know, shorter. Things are colder, you know, because it's such a deep lake, it takes a long time to warm up. So, you know, our fish, I believe, are older. And you can see that from some of the fish that we catch in the pictures that, you know, a huge head, big body, but a huge head. And that usually is an indicator of an old fish. Yeah.
Over the years, I've come to find that most people do catch their personal best lake trout, and every year, I've been up here every year since, every year I've caught, you know, one that would be estimated to be in that 40 to 50 range, or even over 50 pounds, and every time I see it, it just blows me away that a lake can have that many opportunities for trophy fish, right? Like, that many big fish are in this lake, and part of it is because of the low fishing pressure, the fact that it's a fish factory. Like, it's got deep water, it's got a huge forage base, and no real predation on those big fish. You got big pike and you got big lake trout, and they just roam around and do whatever they want in here. and they've been doing it for years. There's no commercial nets in here, so there's no reason that these fish can't live a long time. And we practice all catch and release on our big fish. We try to handle them real carefully. So all the big fish go back. We keep a couple small ones for shore lunch. So it really allows us to ensure that this is a big trophy fishery and that it's sustainable for years to come. And there's a lot of good places that you can fish in the world. To me, obviously, I'm pretty partial to this one because I got to be really good friends with Trevor and Barry, the owners. But to me, a place like this is a pretty special place. You don't see places like this in a lot of places. So I'm gonna come up here and stay up here every chance I get.
Sunset Country is a region of Ontario that lies just north of the Minnesota border. It's home to more fishing and hunting lodges than perhaps anywhere else on Earth, and can be accessed through any number of means. Sunset Country is famous for its walleye fisheries, world-class muskie fisheries, and is home to great smallmouth and largemouth bass, huge northern pike, crappies, lake trout, and more. It's also home to world-class moose, bear, deer, and grouse hunting.
Hey, my name's Ryan Runge with Slave Falls Outposts. We have, as of this year, we have 9 outposts. So our lakes are, obviously because they're fly-in lakes, super little pressure. We have run a conservation program for 25 plus years, which Vern started running himself. So 18 and under on the walleyes, no overs. Everything that's a picture fish goes back and for someone else to catch, just to save the fun ones to catch for the next guy.
That's a better pike, I think, than what we're looking for, unless it's a giant walleye. Oh yeah, nice one. Arc Lake Outpost here. You can do the combo walleye and pike. Easy there. There you go, easy. Got it, all right. Here we go. That's a nice one. Ooh, there, sweet pike. This really is when you get them this size and bigger, it's truly a treat up here. There's not a boat in sight, and the beautiful Sunset Country wilderness. Amazing. Walleye and pike fishing in Sunset Country is so enjoyable.
So this week, we're going to a special place for me. We're going to a place I've been many times. I'm actually meeting my good friend, Garrett Hagelin up here from my hometown of Brainerd, Minnesota. We're staying at Eagle Lake Island Lodge. That's right, we're staying on an island. It's super unique. It's first class all the way from the lodging to the food to the service. He's never been up here, and it's gonna be a treat for him. I can't wait to share it. Again, we're gonna go after some big ones, and I think we're gonna get a lot of fish too, so stay tuned. I think it's gonna be a fun trip. The private 8-acre island is a short 6-minute boat ride from the lodge's mainland parking lake access. Eagle Lake is one of the largest lakes in Ontario. It's over 68,000 acres of water with over 490 islands. It's just a maze of underwater structure. You could spend a lifetime out here and never fish the same spot twice. It's been a great trip. Like I said, get up here, give Shar and Jim a call, get up to Eagle Lake Island Lodge, have a trip of a lifetime, catch huge walleyes just like this.
Big Hook has been in business since 1974. It'll be our 50th anniversary next year. And this is my 6th year with the business. I've owned it since 2018. The previous owners bought it in 1991, and then the original founder started it in '74. So only the 3rd operator to be up here, and very fortunate to be as such.
Yeah, all right. Ooh, that's, this I think is the biggest one of the trip. That's a big hook pike right there. This is the topper on the trip. I wanted to get a big pike. It's a long fish. You can see the size of the head, a little thin through the middle. He's been bit up too. But this is the excitement of pike fishing up here in Sunset Country. And here at Big Hook Camps, the big pike fishing, and you wrap that around, like I said, just the experience up here in the wilderness, staying in the cabin, picking the raspberries, blueberries, and the food shore lunch, you mix it all together, and it is a memory maker.
If you want remote and far out and an amazing experience in a wilderness that really there's few like it left in the world, Big Hook is the place to be.
You know, this is just a special place for me, Excellent Adventures, in particular this lake, because if you look at that island, we actually came around this corner, and a great big bull was standing right out in the water right here, but he ran back into the woods here. And we got back on the back side of the island, got set up, and like I said, he ran back in, but our guides at the time, Boyd and Luke, started doing their thing, doing their call, and have him come out. And he worked this whole area as those guys were calling, and he was raking and tearing up trees, and it was just an absolute adrenaline rush. And he actually came out right in this exact area and came to the shoreline. And those guys quit calling, because I know darn well he probably would have swam to the island, but they quit calling. He went broadside and gave me a really good shot, ran back, and died right back there. And he was a trophy of all trophies for me. And you know, if you're a moose hunter, a big game hunter, you know what I'm talking about. It was just an absolute adrenaline rush. So I had to get out and just check this area out again, because it was being used by numerous moose back then. But this was 4 or 5 years ago, and things have changed a little bit. And they don't seem to be using this spot right now. That doesn't mean they won't move in at some point, but there's not a lot of browses, feed tracks. But again, I had to get out and just check it out again, because it kind of brought back a lot of memories. All those scenes in my head came back of that moose. And you know, that's why we do these things, to generate memories. Every time I look at that rack on my wall or eat the meat, I think about this exact setting right here. Superior Country is seated just above the north shore of Lake Superior. Along with the tremendous fishing on Lake Superior, it's home to massive Lake Nipigon, home to the world record brook trout. Though Superior Country has tremendous walleye, pike, and other multi-species options, trout gets most of the press here, and for good reason. Hunting doesn't get any better than in Superior Country. Here, a bear, moose, or deer hunt will sure be one of a lifetime. And there's no shortage of small game either. The area is full of waterfowl, grouse, and hares. So we just crossed the Canadian border here about an hour ago. We're heading to the Superior Country of Ontario. We're going on an archery spring bear hunt. We're going to be hunting probably in the evenings. Based on the trail cam pictures that we're getting, are typically evening movement. We're almost there. We're a couple hours out. We're going to get checked in with Tim. We're going to get settled in, and tomorrow, follow along, because I have a feeling this is going to be a really exciting trip. You ready? You know what, here at Flint Wilderness Lodge, they've got, like I said, Superior Country has got a high density of bears, so you've got the good opportunity to basically pick the bear you really want to. So that would hold out for a trophy class bear just like that.
Over the years, I've had the good fortune to travel to a lot of Canadian fishing destinations for a wide number of different fish species. To me, each one is a unique adventure in itself. Today we're heading to Greywood Outfitters, who have 4 different wilderness outpost camps north of Lake Nipigon.
Is that a walleye? That's a giant walleye. Oh my gosh. On the bucktail. Okay. Okay. All right. It's a nice Ontario walleye. Get this one back in the water here. There we go. Whew. Got him. Yep, got him. Let's see if I can get this fish in. Yeah, all right. Coming up here for the big walleye and the giant pike that are available here on Bateau Outpost Camp through Greywood Outfitters.
We just pulled into Brown's Clearwater West Lodge. We're on a bear adventure here. That's right, we're hunting bear, and we're actually getting to do some fishing too. There's some great multi-species fishing here. I'm excited, and I'm not even hunting.
I'm so excited. You know, on the way up here, I've just been thinking about it over and over. after seeing those pictures, I just can't wait. I can't wait.
Got him. That's a good shot. Well, here we are. You know, this has been a treat for me. I got to watch my son close the deal on an absolute trophy bear. It's an adrenaline rush, I could say that, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, this is the hunt and the experience of a lifetime. I mean, just getting the chance to come up here and just hunt a big trophy bear like this one. I mean, especially for a first hunt like this, it's insane. I can barely put it into words. It's just so cool. I mean, if you want to come up here for your first hunt or you're a veteran, you know, Browns, Clearwater, West Lodge is the place to go. It's just an amazing experience.
Call Brian and Anya and book a hunt, whether it's for yourself or you take your kid or your grandkid up there, because I tell you what, this has been just as much of an adrenaline rush for me. And again, it's emotional for me because this is something I get to share with my son. He's got the passion of hunting and fishing just like I do in the outdoors. And what more could a father ask for? We have headed back to Manitoba to Lake Winnipeg to go after greenbacks.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
Good sandwich fish, huh? Very pretty. That's what we come up here for, buddy.
Yeah, man, Lake Winnipeg's awesome. It's huge. There's a chance at a giant greenback.
That is a big fish. There we go. Oh, yeah. You can tell by the mark. Holy cow! Dude, this is what we came up here for! Yes! Giant greenbacks! Look at this! Holy cow! There we go. Oh, yeah. Jake, this is a big fish.
Nice,
Coming. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. That's a big fish. Holy cow! Dude, this is what we came up here for! Yes! You gotta get up here. Lake Winnipeg greenbacks. They are just a different species. I'm gonna get this back. You ready? Okay. There she goes. Holy cow.
Dude.
Whoa, that's just mind-blowing. Those things are just another species. That's just a cool fish. And when you can catch those on like a 36-inch rod.
Oh, through a hole?
Through a hole. I mean, that thing barely squeezed through. That's an 8-inch hole. I could feel it like barely like touching all sides when it came up. That was so cool.
That was awesome, man.
It's been a great trip, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming with me again. We've had some great trips up here in Manitoba this year.
Yeah, so it's our first afternoon after the flying. We came out after lunch, and we just hit a few spots. So far, catching a lot of fish. I mean, this is a real healthy fishery.
This area of northern Manitoba is famous for its northern pike fishing. But in addition to the big northern pike, we also have some outstanding walleye fishing. We also have some very good lake trout fishing. And we've got a variety of lakes. You know, some lakes are better for trout, some are better for pike, some are better for walleye. So we have a number of different lakes where we can send people to on any given day, as well as the main lake here, which is part of the Laurie River system. So this is truly a 3-species fishery with a few whitefish on the side as well.
Yeah, it is. Are on the spot. We've been fishing for about 5 minutes for pike. First rodeo. All right. There. Nice. All right. Nice.
So we just got to Harvest Lodge in Manitoba. As you can see, I think we probably got half the dirt along the way because we had a little bit of rain. But that's okay, it's gonna be an action-packed week. We're talking geese and ducks over fields. We're talking divers over water. We're talking grouse, and we're talking walleyes in the river. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a great couple days. I'm excited.
We're gonna go get ready. We're gonna get checked in with John and Carissa, and our week is gonna start.
Right now. That was epic. Dude, I could have maybe reached out and touched that one.
That was awesome. Look at that dandy. Nothing wrong with that, huh, buddy?
Yeah, man, Harvest
Aren't you glad I
Lodge.
invited you on this one?
This is just awesome. Harvest Lodge, the place to be. If you're an outdoorsman, this is the place.
You got to get a hold of John, man. You got to come up to Harvest Lodge. I mean, if you like to shoot birds, I mean, like we've talked about all week, we've been shooting geese and ducks over the field. We went and did some diver hunting over water, not only offshore, but in a boat. We went and shot a bunch of grouse with Ricky. Now we came out here on the Waterhen River and catching eaters and a bunch of really big walleyes like that. I mean, why wouldn't you come up here, like Jake said, if you are an outdoorsman and love to hunt and fish and do a cast and blast, this is the ultimate place to come.